Hi, welcome back to Roundtable Talks. Today I'm sitting here with Lara. Welcome, Lara.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I just want to share one little tidbit of information. Not sure if you know this, but June 24th, 2019 is an important date for me. That is the day that you were signed as UCR's first agent.
Wow.
So I don't know if you knew that, but you are Union Capital Realty's first agent signing.
That's amazing.
So that's really good. So that was an important date. Obviously, Lara, you worked previously at Home Life Bayview. And prior to joining Home Life Bayview and getting into the real estate industry, you had a really good position at Equitable Bank. Why did you decide to leave that to come into real estate?
Good question. So I was looking for a career change at the time because I felt like eventually having a family, I wasn't really looking for that kind of an environment where I had to wake up every morning, go to work. I wanted to be self-employed. I had my real estate license at the time, wasn't practicing it full-time. So it kind of felt like that was the direction I wanted to go in.
So what made you make that final decision to get into the industry? Full-time?
Full-time. I must say, it was you, David. I saw you at a pre-construction sales event. And we had a quick chat there. I got to know you. My husband introduced me to you guys, actually. I didn't know you guys. And we had a just very informal chat, and you were kind of my little push. And I met with you the following week, I think. I came to see you at your office.
And then that little push became a big push.
Big push. And it was hard. It was very hard. It took me 2 months, I think, to resign from my job. To make that final decision, but you were literally like pushing me, and we kept talking. We were in touch, and you're like, Lara, believe me, you'll do good. And I always wanted to help people. I loved, because I was already doing it part-time, it was something that I loved doing. I just needed that extra push, which I got from you, thankfully, and the rest has been history.
The rest is history, and I can tell you since then, I'm pretty confident to say that you probably have no regrets.
Absolutely not. I haven't looked back at all.
I know for a lot of agents, and maybe yourself as well, 2022 has been a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of scenario where the beginning of the year was really good.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's kind of tapered off for a lot of people. What sort of hurdles have you encountered in the last few months? And what are you doing to prepare for 2023?
So yes, I mean, it's been a slower market the second half of the year, but that doesn't stop you from, putting in the work day in, day out to prep your pipeline for the following year. I haven't stopped lead generation. That's one of my major things that I do. And
sorry to cut you off there. So you mentioned that. I know a lot of agents have scaled back on investing in marketing and lead generation.
Yes.
You said you haven't stopped.
I've actually upped. If anything, this is the time because a lot of people scale back. So now's your kind of time to do even more because it's just easier now to do more since there's not a lot of people out there, trying to promote and do lead gens. So I've actually upped everything now because now is the time to do that. And for next year, I already have a few, clients already in the pipeline. People are kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Obviously, it's a very uncertain time, but having said that, we still have a lot of activity in the market right now, and I'm still working, I'm still busy, and like I said, I'm still trying to grow the business every day.
Well, I think people are going to have a need to buy and sell, regardless of what market we're in. And I guess if you're if you're positioning yourself, which is good that you're doing this, is that you're actually increasing your marketing dollar, because I think this is the time for a lot of agents to capture market share from some of the agents that maybe are getting complacent or are just scaling back on their marketing dollars. Absolutely. So it's great that you're doing that. Any other plans that you're looking at for 2023?
2023 is going to be, I'm actually looking, like I said, to expand, start a team. and that's my biggest goal, and I'm working towards that. It's been interesting. I haven't gone through that.
Because a lot of agents are, and I get a lot of people asking me, they want to start teams.
Yes.
What sort of attributes are you looking for in that specific team member?
So I'm looking for someone who's willing to put in the work day in and day out, evenings and weekends, because this is what the job requires. And people think, being self-employed is just much easier, but it's not the case. You actually are working 24/7 versus that 9-to-5 job. So I'm looking for someone who's willing to put in the work, because the reward is there if you put in the work. Someone genuine, because people buy from people, and I think the most important, actually two things in this industry, is to be genuine and to have empathy, because if you're you always have to put yourself in the shoes of your clients to know if this is something you would do, is what you want to obviously help them do. So I'm looking for someone who is hardworking, doesn't mind working all the time, and someone who is genuinely there for the best interest of their clients.
So that you're looking to bring someone on. How has, in your opinion, Union Capital Realty supported you, not only with what your career has come to at this point, but also through the process of recruitment?
So I've been very fortunate to have met someone like you and John. You guys have been amazing mentors, and you've done so much for me up until this day and going forward, to build myself, and I'm thankful for that. And I know you guys, the person who will join will have your support along the way as well. You've always been there, days and nights, answered my calls, and I'm always somehow in trouble when I call you. And you
actually, Lara, you always hate. I know you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm in trouble.
That's my line. I know
I'm getting in trouble here.
But you know me. When that phone rings, it's very important. Otherwise, it comes to a text.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't ring too much, though.
It's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
I always come to you with my problems, even if it's like 10 at night. You've been amazing. You answer those calls, and not a lot of broker records. I've been at different brokerages before, and you can't have this kind of relationship with them, and you don't have this kind of support. So that is something that I'm very thankful for, and I think anybody who joins, they're going to have your support as well along the way. So
I appreciate that, Lara, because I do believe that one of the biggest things that is needed with an agent, whether you're day one in the business or 30 years in the business, I always believe that someone needs, whether you want to call it a mentor or whatever the case may be, someone to lean on for support. And I think that the way we've set up the brokerage here as a boutique brokerage, it allows us, John and I, and the staff here, to support the agent fully, and you're not just a number. So,
thank you.
Yeah. So, Lara, I want to thank you for joining us here today. You're like I said, you're our first agent that has joined. You're 3 years in plus. You're an award-winning agent.
Thank you.
And I'll let you in a little secret, because unfortunately, you're going to be enjoying yourself in the Bahamas.
Yes.
But you are getting another award this year.
Thank you.
And it's a good one. So I do want to thank you. It's been great since we first met at that Crestford sales event to today. You've been a wonderful addition to Union Capital Realty.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you again for joining us today at Roundtable Talks. Until next time, have a good one, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.